Welcome everybody to my very first Haunted Mansion in the home feature of PUBG. I really wanted to create a place that was not only meticulously designed, but something that was fun where friends could hang out and explore. So not only did I create a Haunted Mansion, hidden somewhere in the house is a puzzle, where the goal is try to find a way to get to the very top of the roof. Now, upon entry, it seems perfectly ordinary, perfectly haunted. We have some games, and here is a little theater. You can go sit down, and you can go enjoy a show with your friends. The curious thing with this theater is that there's definitely a room on the other side, but there's no way to get through the glass. So how could we find a way back there? The other thing with this puzzle house is that it's meant to be very classic. There's not too many secret tricks, it's just find the room and maybe do a little bit of parkour along the way. So it is perfect for beginners. If you've never done a puzzle house before, or if you're interested in making one, this would be a good puzzle to start with. Now, here we have our first odd encounter with the Haunted Mansion, just a random door on the third story, and you think like going onto the table, you could probably make that jump, but no matter how many times you try, there's just no way to get up there. And then in here, we have a nice little bedroom with some nice golden windows where you can see out into the party area that's far in the distance. I love throwing Haunted Mansion parties. It's a lot of fun. And in this room, we have a parlor where you can tell ghost stories to your friends or perform some parlor tricks, listen to some music, watch some TV. And then out here, we have a kitchenette, and we made it to the final room, which is the office. And over here, we have a tiny little Haunted Mansion within the Haunted Mansion. It is so silly. Now, there is a secret within this office. If you head behind the cabinet, it seems to be a window, but it's a door. So if you don't go close enough to the door, you could completely miss it. And if we go ahead and fall down, it's a bit scary, but I mean, either way, it's good to explore and rule out any traps. And no way to get up to those two random doors on the fourth story. So if we can't climb up, then looks like we gotta risk falling down, which again feels like another trap. There's no doors, there's no way to get out. There is a room back here, but it's blocked by the window. No way to get through there, but it seems like a good room to be in because there appears to be a surfboard on the other side. The only thing that seems to be possible to do in this room is to play the piano. Now, you don't have to play the entire song. You can go ahead and hit cancel at any time, and when you do, you're teleported to a different room. It's so cool! And this is the neon room, just a totally awesome hallway where we're able to see that there is a basement on the other side, but completely blocked by windows, so can't quite explore there yet. It also feels like we're kind of stuck in here, but there is that random pillar at the very end, which is very curious. So the secret is, if you spam the jump button, you're able to climb up. And all you need to do is a little bit of parkour onto the weapon display cases, and it seems like a dead end again, where we're just trapped here, no way out. But if you look up, there's a swing button, and you teleport to a different room. So the thing is, whenever you see a swing on the map, it should be able to teleport you up as long as it's in the room right above you. And in here is the cute yet creepy stuffed animal room, where there is another area but blocked off by windows, and we can go out here into the darkness outside, and we can kind of jump onto the ledge, but we're just too short to be able to get up onto that roof. However, if you crouch underneath the hotel sign, there's a portal. go through the portal and you're in another room. Now we have a piano. We know pianos can teleport you through walls, so let's go ahead and play this one. But wait a minute, this room looks very familiar. We just teleported all the way back to the beginning of the Haunted Mansion, which means we fell for a trap. Always watch out for traps in a puzzle house. So what else can we do here? Well, we could hop onto the piano. And this is where it's really good to know the different kinds of furniture. So like knowing you can climb up or ledge grab onto the portal. There's a good ledge on the door. You can even stand on the wall, but there doesn't seem to be anything hidden in this room. However, if we go ahead and head through this door, we have found the surfboard. The surfboard throws you into the air, and now we just need to do a little bit parkour up and go ahead, hop onto the mushroom lamps. Whoops. Let's try that again. Hop up on the mushrooms, onto the pillar, go ahead, right across. And the elephant points to the window, but it's actually a door. Door over here leads you all the way back to the beginning, so we don't want to do that. We could hop to this door, and I fell down, so let's try that again. Okay, there are 3 doors here. This one leads to just a tiny room. The middle one leads to a door, another door, even more doors, and this door looks familiar. So this is the same door we saw at the very beginning that will lead you all the way back to the dining room. Okay, let's go back to the start of the maze, see what else we can find. Here is a winter room, and the door over here is a trap. So it seems like there is no way. Everywhere it's either a dead end or a trap. But if you go over here, do you see it? If you lay down on the bed, seems to be totally pointless, but when you stand back up, you've teleported, and now we're in the other room. And this is the very same room from earlier, where we went to both the balcony and the portal. There are more doors over here, and that's a very long fall. We want to be careful with that. And this room looks promising. We can see the basement, but it's blocked by glass, so looks like we may have fallen for another trap. We can exit, fall all the way down, but gonna have to start right back over again. Teleport it back to the maze, and where else could we go? There is this. If we trust fall all the way down, we made it to a new room. Alright, let's try over here. If you look at the map, you will see that that bed is definitely a trap, so we don't want to do that. But if we head this way, we made it to the basement. But the goal is still to get to the roof, so our journey still isn't quite over yet. There doesn't seem to be anything hidden over here with the weapon displays cases. Let's try over here. We have a Ludo table, a bar. Through this door, we have found the theater. Okay, cool. So this part, it's a little bit difficult, but if you jump onto the light, you can ledge grab the area by the golden heart to get to the top. It takes a lot of practice to get it right, and there we go. Okay, we did it. So now we can perform a show, do some dances, and if you go ahead and look out, there's the beginning. So if anybody new comes, you can go and wave hi to them. Oh yeah, and before we leave the theater, there is another way too. If you hop onto the piano and then onto the harp, it's a little bit tricky, but if you do a tiny hop to the piano and then carefully fall down to the harp, and then, oh, I am glitching, just scoot your way up and then you can climb over that way. So the golden heart is harder for some, while the piano is harder for others, so just pick whatever one is easier. Now there is a portal up there, which seems like it could be the way out, so the way to get up there is to use a surfboard, and we made it! Now if we miss, we just need to hop onto the office, the computer, do some tiny hops up the lamps, and we did it that way. Careful not to fall all the way back to the beginning. That would be a very, very sad, very tragic fall. Go ahead, run across, and one final hop that we missed. Let's try that again, and we made it to the roof. Alright, good job everybody. So people will usually do a dance to celebrate or even take a photo with friends. Oh, I love that lightning. It is always so cool. If you go over here, you will fall all the way back to the basement. Or if you head in this direction, you will fall all the way back to the beginning of the maze or even to the main parkour area. You can also jump onto the roofs, which is a lot of fun. You can't go all the way to the top. I really wish you could, but the highest point in my mansion is that blue roof where there's a snowflake on top. So I'll see if I can get myself up there. It seems to be a very easy jump, but it's actually a lot harder than it looks. Let's go ahead to one tiny hop. And last one, can we do it? We did not. Let's try that again. A couple tiny hops, one small hop, and we made it. All right, awesome. So this is the highest point that you are able to reach. Let's go ahead back to the main area, and we have officially explored the entire Haunted Mansion. Thank you so much for joining me on this tour, and if you like puzzle houses, if you want to learn more about them, how to solve them, how to make them, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!